Often, when I find myself in some argument and fight, it's usually with my wife because she is the closest one to me, and so she triggers my shadows. She mirrors my ego. So it's usually with her. And when this happens, she often says that I act like a little kid, like a little boy. And I have to agree because it's true. I do. I do act from my ego. I do act as a hurt victim when my ego is triggered. And I wonder what's the reason. Why do I act like this? Why am I not able to be wise and kind at that moment? And I realized I actually do have fear of femininity, of the female energy. That's something what's completely unknown for me. I haven't been grown in a way that I would understand the female energy, the womanhood. And I think that's something what's quite usual in our modern society, that we men are not used to praise and to celebrate the femininity. That's something what we are not grown into in our paternal concept of families and society, our patriarchal system. I realized that very strongly during the ceremonies with ayahuasca. Ayahuasca has a very strong feminine energy, and it's something what can be really overwhelming. And to some extent, it's the same in our relationship and our relationships, where we are confronted, our mostly masculine energy is confronted with the mostly feminine energy of my our wives. And I think it's quite important to admit that it makes us scared, that we lose control. I do lose control when I interact with that energy which is not logic, which is not straightforward and linear. The feminine energy is much more all encompassing and pervasive. You know what's the word in English? It's connected to life, and it doesn't make much sense to the mind, to the ego. So when that happened, I'm I'm suddenly triggered to be in my head, to be in my mind, and to be in my ego. I feel I feel that there is a there is a blame upon me, which is not true. It's just the interaction, just the Shambo. The feminine energy is much more, much more quantum, much more non-linear, subtle, and unlimited. And in the interaction with that, it makes me feel I'm losing control. And lost control is the worst thing for the ego, for the mind. So it's fighting back for its last chance to survive. And it's really sad that I do it, that we do this to our wives, to our women, the goddesses of this earth. Who do have the direct connection to the life, to the planet, to the spirit. And we men disconnected from that, we kind of forcefully, I kind of forcefully try to secure my win, my superiority. So I hurt her to win, only because of the fear. I don't know, it's probably because how we were grown, that we had a lot of female role models in the schools, spending more time with our moms and grandmoms than our fathers and grandfathers. And so we had to behave in a way to secure the love and the prosperity. And because we were afraid that if we don't, we won't have it, then we do, we we follow. But somehow we lose our freedom because of that. And the lost freedom is what we fear the most. That's, I think, in man nature, the freedom, it's, it's like, it's probably the highest value for a lot of us. Probably not for all of us, but for many of us, the freedom, the yeah, the freedom of our soul is something what we desire the most. And It was it was stolen through the societal construct from us. And now we are angry about that, and we project the anger on our partners. At least that's what I do. Even though I know that my wife doesn't hinder me to be free. That's actually what she wants me to be. But still there is some misunderstanding, and I kind of feel that she is the one who takes the freedom from me. And that's crazy. That's real crazy. And I know that, and I just don't know why that happens. Well, yeah, I know why that happens. It happens because that's how that's what is our pattern from the childhood, or the cultural pattern. And it happens to make it observable, to make it being seen. That's how we can change. How can we transform and grow, to learn? And of course, it's somehow sad that our closest ones, my closest one, who doesn't deserve it at all, must suffer from my or myself being pain in the ass. It's I think none of us wants to be the pain in the ass of our closest one. So I try to work with my fear. I try to open myself more and more every time. I try to quit my ego reaction as soon as possible. Sometimes it works quite well, sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes it needs time and space to smoothen. Shamba, co děláš? Si lehni. No. But that's what I try to do. Once I realized that it was my ego fighting again, I try to go back, to go into my real self. I try to ask what would the love do? What would me being the conscious divine self do in that situation? So I slowly learn how to apologize, how to how to caress, how to hug. And it's not easy because that's not what I know from my behavioral patterning. But that's what I want to do for my wife and for the life. And I know it seems that nothing much is changing and that the problems still exist. And I think that cannot be forced also. It can we can observe, we can set our intentions, we can act and learn step by step, but we cannot change overnight everything. So the acceptance of this process must be must happen from both sides. I think it's quite important also for women to understand that the man kind of nature in this society is to be scared of woman, of women, of the femininity. And so know it, your man is scared of you, not of you. He's scared of him losing control, losing the freedom. And then we create whatever trigger we need to fight. So everyone reacts to different trait, different energy. It can be the misunderstood feeling of or the perception of blame. It can be felt anger or bitterness or whatever we pick up our own, and from that we react with our most powerful destructive force, which is which is so strong, and it's actually directed to the weakest point of you, of of woman. That's what I do, even though subconsciously I let the weakest point of my ego be triggered with something what's not true, what's just my misunderstanding, and I let the ego convert it into the fighting energy, which is as strong as it can be and directly direct it exactly to the weakest point of my partner. And when my anger is not enough, then I detach. and I don't talk at all. I don't react. I just stare. I I lose my words. I don't want to say anything, and that's like the second worst thing I can do to her. And so I do it to win my control back, to win my superiority, to win my manhood. And I know that's a proof of the weakness of myself. But at that moment, it's so difficult to help myself, to stop the reaction right away because I feel hurt, because I don't want to be vulnerable. I don't want to be open. I don't want to accept. I want to allow. I don't want to let go. I want to I want to be right. I want to be the one who has the last word. So I'm sorry, Ratka. I'm sorry. Thank you for your patience. Thank you for your wisdom, and thank you for your unconditional love. Thank you. You helped me to learn, even though it's very painful teaching. But I truly, truly love you in a deeper sense than my ego can comprehend. I really love you for who you are, even though it hurts. Sometimes it hurts my ego, but I know that it's my false belief that when I when I let go of this ego reaction, well, then all what remains is the love, the appreciation I have for you. It's the admiration. I don't know another woman like you, being so wise and compassionate, helpful. So I'm sorry that I'm so different. It's I'm not sorry that I'm different, but I'm sorry that this hurts. I thank you very much. I thank you for your true divine self. I am only slowly finding. Um, I'm sorry that I didn't see through my ego shell. I saw something what is not true you. I didn't see the divine you. But I'm learning to see it. I want to see it. I know you are amazing person. I really, really appreciate who you are. I'm grateful I know you. I'm grateful you are my partner. I thank you for what you do for me, for us, for our family, for everyone who asks you for help. You're such a pure, pure being. You're probably the most unconditional person I know. I really love you for that. I know I hurt you very much. And I hope you're gonna get through and it's actually going to help you to be stronger, more resilient. Sometimes I feel that I'm here to teach you this, to be resilient in the world. And it seems like I don't like you, I don't love you, but that's not true. I think I feel that's just some kind of hard plan going on. That's my task to teach you this, even though it hurts. So sorry for the pain, but that's probably what we both need right now to learn. But deep in my heart, I I love you unconditionally. Thank you.